Let's make this quick.
Alright guys, welcome back to the most amazing gaming channel in the world. Today we're going to be going over the Season 5 Mercury build after the recent supposed nerf. I personally think it's actually a little bit of a buff to him, but we shall see how well it goes. So, first thing you want to do is go into your 1 here. Should always be the first thing you go into. I don't want to say always. If you're getting invaded and you have some follow-up, your 3 is going to be a pretty solid option. But then you're going to like screw over everything. So, like, I don't want to say always, but 90% of the time, 99% of the time, mid-you-look should be the first thing you level. After that, go on into your 3, then your 1, then your 2, then your ult. At this point, I like maxing the 1. It not only does it increase the damage, it increases the radius, and it's just a very, very solid item. The next thing I like to do is at level 8, I'll level my 2. If you actually look at the damage, it's only 75 more damage, and it increases your mana cost, which potentially at the end of a fight means that this extra like 10 or 20 or whatever mana it is for 30, 40, that may or may not mean that you don't get an ult out and you're sitting there trying to delay waiting for your mana to regen. So, not necessarily something I like leveling. It only increases by 75 damage, which isn't much, especially when you look at this, which you grab them for like 45, and then you get this per tick. Unfortunately, it doesn't really say how often you make it tick. Every 0.25 seconds for 1 second. So this goes up 45 plus 65 right here, each time you level up to 1. And that's on a 15-second cooldown, not 90. So most likely you're going to hit this twice, which will outdo the Sonic Boom. So it's not really needed. I would say to go into that. So maxing the 2 as your second is really nice because not only does it increase your passive, but it also gives you more faster attack speed when you activate it, lowers the cooldown, and increases your passive just movement speed, which is crazy. To get an extra 10% is nuts. So then after maxing the 1, go on in and max the 2, and then max the 3. Sorry, I got the little sniffles today. But pretty self-explanatory. Max the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4. For the build itself, I like going into Golden Blade. Going into Assassins, and then going into this is going to be kind of where you start. Just to show you what that will look like. Oh, and then it usually, depending on the team count, 90% of the time though, I like going Blink as my first, or I like Beads as my second. Having Blink is so helpful with Merc, because you literally can just blink, dash, and then they just die. So actually we need to go Speed. Yep. But I forgot I leveled up to level 20, so no big deal as far as that goes. Also, one thing you want to do, you'll notice here's my passive right down here. Notice how it's going up. If you jump, it doesn't work. So please don't be a Mercury that just runs around jumping, because you're literally making yourself worse. So there is that for you. The next thing is you do want to rush Golden Blade. I like going into Teleria Boots. Now the whole reason why is with Teleria Boots plus your Golden Blade and everything else, this is going to, in a sense, act as hastened. You know, yes, they can run away, but with speed buff, you can kind of like pace this out. So I think this is someone running, but you can kind of keep up with them as long as you space your autos far enough away. So it's kind of nice as far as that goes. So this is what I build. Some people go Warriors. I think if you go Warriors, it's not like a necessity to like have hasten, but I think it just works so well with one another. As a third item though, I will go into Rage. We're going to sell this now. And then after that, I'll go Aussie. Depending on how the gold spooling goes, if you are like getting super fed, go Deathbringer here and then Titans. Otherwise, if you're not and you're kind of like behind on gold, that 700 gold is crazy. Especially when you start thinking that you might only be around like 450 mana or like gold per minute. That's 2 more minutes into a maybe 30-minute game. So you're going to be taking what, about 8% of the game to finish one item. Not necessarily worth it. Last item, you know, you definitely are going to need that. But again, depending on how your gold spooling is, depending on how everything else, that depends on which item I go here. But whatever one you don't pick up the last one. We can do is now we can go ahead and stack all the items, and you can see how, where is it? I'm hitting the wrong thing. There we go. With this, you have a 65% movement speed, or not movement speed, but 65 crit. You have 10 passive pen, which I believe is through Aussie, plus the Titan's Bane passive, so that's going to be a pretty strong. You get that crit chance, so you can literally just keep up with people. And then let's go grab speed real quick, just to finish it off. There we go. So if you don't know what the new changes were, Mercury's 1 is now on an 8-second cooldown compared to 10, but it no longer procs. Like it's not a basic attack anymore, but it can crit hit. So it's very odd. That's why I think it's an unintentional buff to him. But we will see. So this is how you can kind of go.
Get back here. Where are you going?
You think this is a dance
Super,
party?
super strong. So when you hit pretty hard, you got some good power. Oop, oop.
Oh
There we go.
God,
You have the Aussie to really be able to help knock people down. One thing I do want you guys to remember is that you don't always use this offensively. If you look, when it's a passive, you get movement speed. When you're activated, not only do you get attack speed, but you cleanse yourself of slows and become immune to slows. So this is crazy, crazy good for people that, say that they go curse. That's a very, very popular item right now. What you should not do is go in on someone, pop your 2, dash in, and then start autoing them. And then if they curse you, you have to use beads. Keep in mind, it is a slow cleansing ability that is on a 14-second cooldown, lasts 5 seconds. So it's technically on a 9-second cooldown that cleanses you from slows. So remember, don't always use it as an offensive thing. And lastly, the best kind of combo, we're going to use Amir because I think he's the tankiest here, is don't use your CC correctly. So you charge your ult, and then while they're spinning around, hit them a couple times. As soon as it's about to hop off, dash into them, then throw them. You should legitimately be able to kill, I think, anyone there, especially if they don't have leaps. So it should look something of that sort. So if you go in and you're going to all in someone, use your 2 immediately after using the toss. Using it before just doesn't really do anything for you. Where is it? Oh, there we go. There we go. So we're going to do this one more time. So say you ult, you hit.
Howdy.
So that's kind of how it should look. Now, I didn't even need to use the... Actually, I think I did use my 2, but it's on a crazy cooldown. So that's kind of the combo that will always kill him. I see so many people, and I'll do it again just because I am on reduced cooldown. I see so many people do this.
Let's take him down. Get back. Where are you going?
Jeffrey, I'm
Like,
fragging.
if you notice how much more damage I got and the higher DPS I got, you don't always have to ult into dash. You can ult, hit him 2-3 times, then dash into him, then get another 2 hits off. That's what I said. Almost anyone will be dead, especially with 60% crit chance.
Get back here.
You were slaying an enemy.
It's just that easy. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you do enjoy. If you do, give it a like, comment, subscribe. Go follow the Twitch and Twitter down below in the comment section. And until the next time, as always, have yourself an absolutely amazing life.